And Tony,
Well,
yield the
thank you,
floor.
Congressman, and like the other speakers, thank you for your hard work. And I don't think in my many years in Eastern Connecticut we've ever had a congressman that works so hard and that takes the time to drill down and understand the details involved in all of these projects, and then including stuff, complicated matters like healthcare and so on. So thank you. I'm an advocate of public transportation. The 395-95 merger, you know, that's a dangerous situation here in Waterford and between Waterford and East Line. There's been numerous deaths over the years and accidents, serious accidents. The Gold Star Bridge, everybody knows it has to be repaired, the northbound section. Southbound, as you know, has been completed, but the northbound is in desperate shape. But the one that I'm delighted to, and I heard you the other day, delighted to know that you're supporting with one of these earmarks is the railroad track crossing in New London. For a lot of people don't know that that's the only station in the state of Connecticut that does not have an overpass. Forget about whether the Coast Guard Academy is coming or not. We're talking about public safety here. Simple as that. It's public safety. And to not be able to get to the other side of the tracks. And you know, people do miss their train because there's already a train standing at the station and you just can't get to your northbound train as it's heading out for Boston because the southbound train sitting in the station, for one reason or another, can't move forward. And it's happening, it happens a lot. In fact, I actually saw a young person drag their suitcase under the train, which you can easily do. An old guy like me could do it. It's, you know, the trains stand about 3 feet off the ground. Drag their suitcase under the train to get to the other side of the track because the train was announced that it was coming in, heading for Boston. Look, we're not a third world. Anyone who has traveled anywhere in Europe, even in a country like Ireland, which is not a rich country, we're really in the dark ages here. We have an exceptional public transportation system all over Europe, and real high-speed trains, not like the joke that we call a high-speed train traveling at 20 miles an hour through New London because it can't go any faster because of the curves. So we're way behind. There's a huge effort needed to really modernize our transportation system, and certainly the public safety component of that should be first. Thank you for that. I think it's a project that's long in the making. So I mean, that's basically my spiel on this. I really appreciate the work you're doing, and as a former first selectman, I really identify with the first selectmen who've spoken here about projects in their town. Without money like this coming in through the earmark process, these small but important projects, many of them safety related, will never get done because of that they have to compete against much larger and bigger projects and important projects. So it's great to see this effort underway again.
Great. Well, thank you, Tony. And I think it's important, you know, when we talk about this particular project, that it's happening in the context of a piece of legislation that's proposing to put $100 billion in passenger and rail, separate from, you know, the other, you know, roads, bridges money. What that means, if, you know, it goes according to plan, is that you're actually going to have higher volume of rail traffic, and you're going to have faster rail. And, you know, for example, I mean, we've got the Old Saybrook Bridge, which is part of the, you know, the north and southbound shoreline route that, you know, is now slated for upgrade and repair. Those trains, when they go over the Old Saybrook Bridge, has to slow down because of the age of the bridge and the fragility of it. So when you know, in the context of, you know, strengthening rail in terms of high speed and also safety and you know, increasing the infrastructure, there ideally will be more trains coming through New London. And you know, again, I think that sort of dovetails with this proposal, which is to, as Tony points out, create parity for New London versus the, the Hartford train station, New Haven train station, Bridgeport, and the new Waterbury train station. So thank you for your perspective this morning.